welcome to our digital world of art.
My name is Milan Mavundla. I'm an acting performer, presenter, and poet. What I hope people gain from this monologue is the harsh reality of our country, that by merely being a female, not only are we oppressed by men, but we're also neglected by our justice system. I hope it provokes constructive conversations. I hope it inspires you to say more than do better, gents. Being part of Artscenes, I received a releasing space that allowed me to escape the reality of this lockdown. A space where my creative juices flow, because although the working process has been quite pleasant, it also pushed me beyond my limits.
We are present, we are here. We are taking up space and telling our stories. This is Woman vs. Man by Milan Mavundla.
Yona, my client Karabu Mugwena, aka Nanti Papama, aka Yolizwa Sibia, aka Uyine Mkhojana, aka Rifilwe Masakala, aka Lirato Muloi, aka Frida Orensa, aka Tekofazo Poli, had been missing for several days. Her mother did not know where she was. Her father did not know where she was. Her friends did not know where she was. All these people are obligated to know each and every location she goes to. Now, jury, imagine that your mother, your sister, your friend, your niece, your aunt, your daughter, you, disappearing without a single trace. While there's a man who holds information that could free you from this unending pain, that could free you from this unending nightmare, but would rather watch you and everyone else suffer for his pleasure. Well, to me that's a monster. A monster that does not deserve to coexist amongst South African citizens. Mr. Mabuza, where were you April 27, 2004 at approximately 9 p.m.? How did you get there? Using Anati Nzondo's car. Mr. Nzondo being your friend, is that correct? Were you alone when you went to my client's residence that evening? And after you saw her, where exactly did you go? And what time did you get there? Interesting. So the cell phone towers and the street cameras can prove that often the GPS in Miss Nzondo's car. You didn't know it had GPS, did you? Mr. Mabuza, did you convince Mr. Nzondo to testify that you arrived at his residence at 9:45 p.m., whereas the cell phone towers and the street cameras clearly show that you arrived at Mr. Nzondo's residence at 11:45 p.m., 2 hours later? Could you kindly then explain to the jury as to why my client had a restriction order made against you April 18th? Oh, and you didn't like that, did you? It made you angry. So angry that you failed to control your emotions. So, April 27, Mr. Mabuza made his way to my client's residence unannounced. She opened for him, hence why there's no evidence of forced entry. He went there to go confront her as to why she made a restriction order against him. They bickered for a very long time, according to my witness, Mrs. Sibego. And she clearly states that she heard my client repeatedly asking him, begging him, screaming for him to get out. At 9:30, her cell phone records showed that she dialed 10-111 but quickly hung up before any reports were made. And the autopsy shows that at around that same time, my client was beaten unconscious and brutally raped. Mr. Mabuza then kidnapped my client and took her to Lake Forest, where he continued to undress her and stabbed her 32 times, chopped her body into pieces, threw her in a bag, then set her alight. Then, Mr. Mabuza, could you kindly explain how her strand of hair ended up in Mr. Nzondo's vehicle and how your DNA ended up under her fingernails? Mr. Mabuza, please! Sorry, Your Honor. Sorry? Sorry for what? Unfortunately, today my client can no longer speak for herself, so I am going to be her mouthpiece. And she is not sorry. She is not sorry that she is a woman. She is not sorry that she has breast, thighs, and a vagina. She is not sorry that she has a body sculptured as if there is no existence of time. And you are not going to make her hate those things about herself or any other woman that is. Do you not see? We are on our own. We don't have a choice but to continue fighting. I have to fight so that I can protect my daughters. They must fight so that they can protect their daughters. Do you not see? We are on our own. We do not have advocates. We do not have protection. And we certainly don't have leaders. Leaders like Mr. Mabuza claim that he's taken a shower after he heard that my client was HIV positive. Mr. Mabuza, you are a leader and your solution to HIV is taking a shower? Your Honor, I demand justice for my client. It cannot be that women of this country are born to be martyrs. Do you not see? This man is not denying having done this. And many men who do deny are set free because their clients fail to show signs of trauma. What hypocrisy is this? What hypocrisy are we teaching the future generation? Mr. Mabuza, you killed and raped my client. Admit it. No more further questions, Your Honor.
Join us next week as we continue telling our stories. We are present, we are here, and we are taking up space. Artscenes, the essence of artists.